Hey, everybody. Mike here, just to let you know that we will be starting in just a little bit over 5 minutes. So stay with us. We're almost a little over 5 minutes away from our Amazon live stream tonight. And we are going to talk about 25. I've got 25. Yes, camping products. Must have camping products. Every RVer should have, and you'll see those pretty soon. Now, I do want to urge you to do a couple of things. We are simulcasting this on all of our different social platforms, but the best way to interact with me is to do so on our Amazon live page. And I'm going to give you a link at the bottom of this place right here for you to see. If you go to amazon.com/live/RV lifestyle, hit follow when you're there to follow us, and then you can ask your questions right there, and I will be able to answer your questions on the stream. So we're 5 minutes away. Count them, 5 minutes away, and we'll be right here with our 25 must-have products. Stand by. We're about 1 minute away. 1 minute away. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Amazon live stream, the first one of spring. And we are delighted to see so many of you out there watching us. And I've seen, even before we've had to ask for it, a number of you have already started to follow us. So thank you. We plan to do these. These are really fun, these product show and tells. And we plan to do these on a regular basis. I don't want to promise every week, but fairly close to every week. And we have so many cool products. There's more coming on the market all the time. And tonight's going to be an epic one with 25 different products. So again, I want to pitch, if you will, to follow us on Amazon Live. And that is the link on your screen. Now, let me explain a couple things. One, you guys are watching this on all of our platforms. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on X. We are on, I think we're on LinkedIn. I don't know. We're on a whole bunch of them. We're on our RV lifestyle community. And I see some of your comments that I'm paid, and I will take some of those and questions and stuff. But I would like you to know the best way to interact with this live stream is through Amazon.com/live/RV lifestyle. And I will see those and I can answer those, and those questions stay up. But I'll do my best to answer your comments and questions on all of them. So this is just a quick check. I need to know if the audio and the video is okay. So give us a thumbs up or give me a couple of comments. I see Craig says, here we go. And Janet Kraft says she hopes she got this right. And let's see, a bunch of you else are on there. And Phyllis, we got a thumbs up from Craig. And Pat says A-OK. And over on Amazon, Phyllis says sounds good and looks great. Okay, now let me tell you a confession. This is going to be a mess tonight because I have 25 products. And I don't know if you can see in the studio. Let me put on some of my different cameras. You can see some of the mess I've got over there with everything. I have, let's see, I've got some, this looks like it's always actually pretty clean. So does this. But believe me, it is really a crazy mess because I had actually planned to do this outside in front of our RV with a campfire. In fact, one of the things I'm going to show you is this really cool little propane campfire. And that's coming up in a little bit. But it's pouring rain. And it's been pouring rain all day long here in Southwest Michigan. So I've had to move into the studio with all of this. And man, that is insane. Absolutely insane. So we are in the studio, and I have brought all this gear and all these products in here with me, and we'll try it. Myra Phelps says sounds good. She's in Pearland, Texas. Jay Fergus says it sounds good, and Phyllis says it's good. Some of you have started to follow us, and I'm going to ask a couple of times about that. If you would follow us here on Amazon Live, when you just go to that link that's on your screen there, follow us there, and we're going to be doing these regularly. And let me know what products you'd like us to show and tell, and we'll get some others. Now about tonight. Tonight's products are all from Camco. And Camco, I want to thank them, one, for sending me these products to show you. These are the essentials that RVers need. I mean, I love Camco for a number of reasons. One, I have been a satisfied customer of theirs for 12 years now. I have bought just about every product they have, I think, sometimes more than once. But they're made in the USA, and they're just a terrific group. The products we're going to show tonight, and this is why I need you all to watch us not on YouTube or Facebook, but come over to the Amazon Live link on your screen and watch us there. And then you're going to see all of the products that I'm going to feature right there in a carousel. And that carousel is at the bottom of the screen. And I'll repeat that a couple of times, and maybe in the comments, Phyllis and others can tell everybody how to do this. But then you can just click on those, and any of the products that maybe you want to buy, you can put it in a cart, save it in a cart, so you don't have to go back and look for it, or just buy it right on the spot if that's what you need. These aren't glamorous products. These are the essentials. Now, some of them are pretty cool, as you'll see, but these are what I think are the essential RV products, particularly for the new season of camping. So that said, you can ask me questions. You can make comments. I'll do my best. I have our stream that we do from all of the other social platforms, and I have Amazon. I want to thank Lynn Brown, who started following us. I want to thank Michelle Treese for following us, for Neil for following us, for Jay Fergus, others who are out there. Let's see. Myra says she'd like me to do something on tire pressure monitoring systems and navigation apps. And I will. We can do that maybe next week in one. I've got a couple of tire pressure monitoring systems that we like, and we will feature those as well. These are my Amazon affiliate links, and you know what that means. Everybody's an Amazon affiliate, and that means that if you buy from the carousel or any of the links I show here tonight, we get a little bit of a commission for it. Doesn't change your price, but it helps us. That's why we do Amazon Live. Okay, and Michael O says they are now on the Amazon link, and that's great. All right, those of you on the Amazon link, and I hope everybody has figured that out by now, because it can be confusing. Go to the carousel, take a look. The first one we're going to talk about is this device right here. This is the brand new and improved Camco Taste Pure water filter. Now, I cannot stress enough how important it is to have one of these. In fact, I'm going to urge you, if you look at that link, to buy 2 of them right now, and then you're set for the season. These, and no matter what kind you use, these need to be replaced about every 90 days. There's always some water that comes into them, and you don't want water in, excuse me, it can affect the taste of your water. The filters, the carbon in there can lose its effectiveness. So about twice a year, at the start of the season, always start with the new filter, and then about 90 days in. Now, we've been using Taste Pure since I think we started RVing. These things are amazing. They really do a good job. I tested last year a $350 water filter system, and it was really elaborate. And I'm telling you, it doesn't do as much as this does. It didn't make the water that good. In fact, we just came back from camping in Tennessee, and I just went out in the rain to pull this out of my RV. It comes with a little flexible hose. This little hose is flexible, and you see that I can bend that a little bit. And the reason why you put this on here is sometimes, for example, the water spigot in a campground is too close to the ground, and you've got to get your hose up, and it's really hard to move it. So if you take this, you can flex that, and you see how that'll bend a little bit, and then you can hook it up, and it releases strain on the spigot. So this is all you have to do. You plug your hose into it here, and I'm going to take off our Amazon link here, and we'll come back to that later on, but that way you can all sort of see where we are with it, I think. But you put your water, you hook up the hose here, and this hooks up to the spigot. Actually, there's something else that it should hook up, and you'll see that product in a minute. Okay, so this is new and improved. By the way, when you see this thing right here, always write down the date that you started to use it. And that way you can look at it. Just like you replace a filter in your house, in your air conditioning unit, or in your furnace, do the same thing with this. Because 90 days, you want to put a new filter in. So these things are really nice. And I'm going to show them up on the screen there. There is what the heck? Does that sound right? Yeah, there is the water filter from Camco that is up there, and you can see that where you order it. And I urge you guys just to go to the add a cart here. Now look down in here. If you can see, you can order a 2 count, and that's what I really urge you to do. If you are a normal camper, do the two pack. Get the 2-pack. Get them both. So that way you're set for the year. Now, if you're a heavy duty camper, you might want to consider replacing it 3 times. And that's, you can buy a 4 count there as well. So you can buy a 4 count, a 2 count, or a 1 count. But by all means, I think that is one of the most important things that you can have is a good water filter. Now, this one is good on a number for a number of reasons. It's been improved, and it has a 6-step water filtration system in this thing. This is called hex flow technology, and it starts right here at the end where it attaches to the spigot. There are 6 different filtering systems in here, all with particles of carbon to filter it. This meets all of the standards. It gives you great, pure tasting water. It gives you 20 micron protection. So that means it's a sediment filter. And that takes off none of the silt, none of the sediment that could enter your fresh water will be able to get through this thing. It is just really great. And it's going to remove the bad taste in any of the water that you get from a campground. It's going to remove any bacteria. I'm a big fan of the Taste Pure water filter. And this is a new and improved model on it. So everybody found that in the carousel below on our Amazon Live thing. All right, a couple quick questions. Let's see. Steven says weird. Oh, somebody's having some trouble clicking on an item and getting kicked out. And I don't know. I can't help you diagnose that, but keep working on it. And Phyllis might help you out there. Jay Filter is talking about, it's just giving you some help. And I love it when you guys help each other out. So that's over in Amazon Live. Johnny Lightning, he said, this caught us by surprise. Well, I mean, the live feed, it's only been scheduled for 10 days, Johnny, but you found us and we're really good. So it's all great here. So this is the link to go to the Amazon Live feed and to watch us right through there. And that's how you can actually order these things. And we urge you to check it out. All right. So this is the filter. Now, I want to show you something that you need to get with this. And this is another thing. So looking at the carousel, check out this. This, I think, is one of the most important things that you can have. And I've learned this every year. This saves me. This is a water pressure regulator, also from Camco. But why this one is so neat is that it basically gives you a turn down my audio there. It gives you I'm adjusting 4 different computers here as I do these things, so just bear with me. So this gives you a gauge, and it'll show you how much water pressure is coming out of that spigot, and you can adjust it through this little screw right here. So you can, if you're getting, you don't want any more than 50 or 60 pounds per square inch. Otherwise, that excessive water pressure can destroy the plumbing in your RV. I have seen it. I've heard people talk about it. People have sent us emails asking what happened. Too much water pressure. It happened to us. We were in Alabama this year. We didn't do any damage, but their water pressure was so high that if I had hooked it up without one of these, it would have popped some of the plastic plumbing system tubes in our RV. So the problem of excessive water pressure is very common in campgrounds. This shows you how much is going through, and you can set this to 50 or 60 pounds. So how do you hook it up? This is the big end, and this goes first on the spigot, right? And then down here is where you would hook up your water filter, just like so. And that means that you're not, I'm trying to screw this in as I'm talking to you and demoing it, but put that in right there, put the filter in, and then you've got, again, this goes in the spigot. There's your gauge to show you how much is going through. You can adjust it through that knob right there. The water comes through, it goes through this Taste Pure 6-step procedure, and then out to the hose and to your RV. These are must-have events. This you don't have to replace. Now, I want you to note, you can find these water pressure regulators everywhere, but this is brass. You want brass. For any of your plumbing fixtures, you want brass. It really helps it so much more. And I am really impressed with this thing. Somebody says, does the 2023 LTV Equity, I think she means Unity, need the water pressure control? Yes, always put it on. They may have one in there but I don't know what kind it is and how good it is. Just get one of these. Even if you can get a much less expensive one if you want. This isn't a fortune. Let's bring it up, but it is high quality. And if the RV is like the second most important expense you will have anywhere. So don't mess around with something as costly as your plumbing system. You want to have it taken care of, and get a good brass one. This is $52 right now. I see it's on there, but you can find them. They have, if you want to look down, I'm sure you can see that they have stuff without the gauge. You can save some money so you don't have the gauge, but they really are essential, I think, to having it. And it might be, your RV may say that they have it, but don't mess with it. Control it yourself, and that way you know. So there you go. That's the combo. The Taste Pure water filter. Get 2 of them at the start of every season. If you camp all the way through late fall, I would even suggest a 3rd one, but replace it every 90 days. That is really important. And that is great. So make sure you have it. Gordon says most provincial and national campgrounds in Canada have just a basic rubber hose for potable water gravity fill. So no way to connect a water filter. Well, there really is, because you just hook the hose on the end. Hook this on the end of the hose, and that's all you have to do. So just bring that with you and hook that on the end of the hose, and this end can go in your fresh water tank. Where you connect it. So you can do that. Phyllis is reminding everybody you can do all the chats over here on Amazon Live, or you can stay here, but it's so much easier if you all use this. Follow us over on Amazon Live. In fact, I'm going to go over there and take some of the chats now that we have from everybody. Let's see. Do these filters need a pre-filter to filter out sediment? No, they don't. Now, look, there are some really expensive pre-filters out there, but they filter out stuff that you don't have to worry about. This is 20 microns, which is fine. Now go, if you want to spend more, you can. Some people have like they have a Berkeley water filter inside, or they only bring bottled water to drink. And, water is important, but I have this on ours, have a variation of this. It used to be green. Now it's blue, and the new improved one. And I've had that for 12 years, and we've never had any problem with water. I drink my coffee straight out of the tap. I pour the tap water straight into my coffee maker, and it comes right through this filter. I brush my teeth with this. I take my vitamins in the morning with the water from the tap of the RV, and it's all filtered through this thing. The Taste Pure and this awesome adjustable water pressure regulator. I really am a big fan of that, and I think you will see some pretty cool stuff too. Okay, now, while we're talking about water, I've got to move on because I could spend all night talking about just these two things, I think. Now that we're talking about water, go to the next item in the carousel. And we've had a lot of new people join us, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell you again that we would like you to know this is primarily streaming on Amazon Live. And there's a carousel underneath Amazon Live. You can click on that carousel, and then you can put these in your cart, your shopping cart, and then come back, and you don't have to worry about trying to find them again. So I really urge everybody to come over to Amazon Live and follow us once you do come over there, and then follow this chat on Amazon Live, and you can then ask us all the questions that you want. So, okay, back to the carousel below on Amazon Live. And you see, let's see, somebody says, should the filter be connected by the spigot or to the camper? Does it really matter? No, it does and it doesn't. I've always done it straight at the spigot. Some people do it at the camper, and that's okay. I think it's a lot more strain on the camper when you hook the filter up through there, you know, on the connection, on the city water connector. But it might be very easy to do, and it's okay. It's not going to hurt. I don't think you'll get people who say, oh, it's better to filter it as it comes through the hose because you don't know what's in the hose. And there's some truth to that. But I've always done mine at the spigot. And I guess if I was a real purist, I would see, I know on our fifth wheel, I could probably work it out that way, but I've always hooked it up straight at the spigot, and it works good. Should the filter be connected by the spigot or the camper, said Strangler. And Randy says, wondering if it might be better hooked in after the filter, as all filters reduce some pressure. Yes, I think I always put it in right at the spigot. So, but you guys you can put it in anywhere you want. Just remember look at how this is a pound or so now, and that's a little bit heavy. I'd rather have this hooked up at the spigot like that, where it's not going to have such a big strain. All right, now, oftentimes you will go in a campground and you will find that you have to share your water, particularly at rallies. This happens all the time at, I'm going to put this away, otherwise we've got 25 products. It's going to get crazy. At a rally, oftentimes they'll put a couple of different RVs on the same lot, or you'll have to share the same electricity, the same water. So I always have and carry one of these. This is a double plug, is what it really is. It's a solid brass double club brass water. Let me try and pronounce this. Solid brass water valve with two connections on it. And so you'd put this on the spigot, and you could hook up a hose here and here, and you can turn them on or off with these little levers right here, these little black levers. So you can open it or close it with these levers, and you always have two. So they're nice to have. You don't necessarily need them all the time, but again, you want brass. I've had them in plastic. They break after one or two uses. So get brass. Brass is always the best. No lead in this brass. And I think you'll find that it's really good. So that is in the carousel. And that's kind of one of the things that everybody should just carry with them at all times, is one of these double connectors. And that's in the carousel. And I'm going to open up the next one and show you what I think is the best thing that we have ever had. We would not have a water hose, a filter, anything else without this. And this is in the carousel now. This is the Camco Quick Hose Connect, and it's a quick hose disconnect. So let me just kind of show you how this all works. So this end screws onto your hose, and this end screws onto the spigot. So this is onto the spigot, and this end is onto the hose. Now, instead of always having to thread it, you know how you have to take that hose and thread it, and sometimes you don't thread it all the way and it leaks. Sometimes it just doesn't make a good connection. And sometimes you cross thread it. It gets all messed up. This is so easy. And in the dark, sometimes you have to try and thread it at dark, and you got your flashlight on, and it's a mess. It's a pain sometimes. Look at this. So it's kind of hard to do with one hand. So all you do is push that down, push the click, and then it's in. This is connected. It's not going to come out. It's a perfect connect. See the insulation on it? Time to leave the RV park. Push this down and you pull this out. Quick disconnect. Again, it's brass. Get brass. And don't get the plastic ones. I mean, you know, the plastic ones are okay, but this is kind of what you always are going to want. It is the brass quick hose connect, and you can see how it works there. You can order multiple ones if you want. I have 2 of them that I have because I have a long hose and a short hose, and I'm just a really big fan on these things. I think that they do a really good job and would not have a water connection. Again, let me show you how it works. Just this goes on the spigot. So it's holding down like that. You have this on your hose. It's already screwed on your hose. Oops, already screwed on the hose. And then you just take this end, this little end here, and you just put it in, and then it is connected. And it's got its own little water washers in there. So it's a connect that's tight. So pick that up, put that in your kit. You need it, and get a couple of them, because if you lose one, you might let somebody borrow one. All that stuff is important. Again, I'm urging everybody to come on over to Amazon to watch this live stream there, because we're putting a carousel below the picture there. You can click on it as we're talking. It'll show you more information on the product. You can then save it in your cart if you're interested. And the best thing about Amazon is you can ask us questions like the ones we've had. Jay Fergus, like the hose splitter to run. He likes the hose splitter to run fresh to the camper, and the other to his black clean out and leave them connected the entire stay. I can clean my black every morning when emptying the tanks. That is why I have it as well. I connect this to my fresh, even if I'm not sharing it. And this one, I have another hose that I use for my black tank clean out, you know, and I just leave them connected. And like you say, it keeps odors down. It makes it so easy. But again, I keep stressing is get brass. Brass is so much nicer. Back to the other comments. Let's see. Let's see, Larry, what size is that quick disconnect? Well, it comes in just one size. It's just right here. It's for a water hose, standard water hose. So don't worry about it. It's just right there. Follow it in the carousel and you can get it. No threading, all that stuff. And it's the standard, whatever the standard, Larry Valdez wants to know what's the standard 1/2 inch or 3/4. They're all the same. So it's the same. I don't know what that is, but it's the standard. I'll just leave it like that. I've never found one that didn't work anyplace in 12 years of camping. So it's one size, and then you're right there. Again, go to the, I hope you're all on the Amazon Live link, and you're on the clip. All right, one more thing to show you there, and this is a hose elbow. And this is important sometimes because you may end up with a place where, you know, you've got your hose, but you don't have enough room to run the hose up. Sometimes I've been to some parks where literally the water hookup is that far from the ground. And so, you know, you're trying to get and usually it's raining and it's dark and you're trying to screw in your hose or get it connected. So get one of these. Again, you see it's brass. This is the Camco hose elbow, and this connects to this spigot, and then you can run your hose on a nice elbow. And this would also work sometimes for your on your city water fill or your fresh water fill, but this just belongs in your RV park bag. You always got it. You get to one of those parks when the spigot is in a weird position, and you say, "Don't worry, I got it set. I got my hose elbow." So just get it, and you're good to go. All right. So we've got all of that kind of stuff. Now we want to talk about something else that we all need, which is a hose. I'm going to talk about my favorite hose, and this is the. I got to get it right down here. And here it is. It's actually dripping a little water because we just were camping this weekend. See what I mean? I wanted to do this live stream outside around the RV with the campfire going, and I could have laid this style up, but anyway, we're in the studio. This is the Camco Evo Flex. This is a 35 footer. Comes in 25 feet, 30 feet. I don't know if they have a 50 foot or not, but you can find it in the carousel below. And this is just really nice. You see how flexible this is? And it doesn't kink. I mean, I was able, it just folds up so easy. Whoop, I got a kink right there. I'll just have to straighten that out. You know why I have that? Because you don't need to know all the details, but I had that in my RV, and I shut the door on it wrong. And I just have to put some water through it. But it's just the most flexible hose I've ever had. It is, by the way, here it is. I see it in the description. 5/8 inch diameter. See that? It says it's a 5/8. That's the standard, I guess, the inside diameter. But this is a really nice hose. The one I say I like is the 35 feet. You can get a 4 footer, a 10 footer, a 25, a 35, a 50, a 75 foot. So you got them all. And it's blue. And that's why you kind of know it's drinking water safe. You always want a hose that is drinking water safe. This has that flexible design. This is stainless steel at the end, strain relief. Let me come back to the camera. You see the strain relief right here. That's what causes a lot of problems with hoses. And this is stainless. So it's not brass, but it's stainless. It's really good. I really like it. It's the Evo Flex 35 foot hose. And I always start the season with a brand new hose. And I can't, again, stress the value of doing that. It just, because, sometimes you leave your hose in there and it gets all yucky with water in it because you never quite get all the water out. So that's what I do. However, it takes me to the next item. So just kind of move on through, look at the carousel below, those of you watching on Amazon Live. And that's what you want to see. And this is a water hose, and sometimes people use it for an electrical bucket. It's a big blue tub. That's where I keep my hose. Isn't that much better? You see, it's all nice in there. And there's room to put my electrical cord in there as well. And I keep that in my case. This thing is I have been just very happy with this. This is just a really nice job. And this will hold up to 75 feet, this little basket. So I urge you to take a look at that. If you, excuse me, if you do a lot of camping, one of the problems is, what do you do with the hose? And sometimes you got to wind it up and then you rain it. This is just so easy. Just put it all in the basket and you can keep it underneath your RV, put it in a storage compartment. But I really like having a cord basket. And what I do is I put my hose in like that. And then I put in, and can you see it's got holes in the bottom? So if there's any water in there, it'll drain out. And then I put my electrical cord. I coil that up too. And it really works nice. So pick up one of those baskets. They're pretty neat. And I'll show you the link here on Amazon. And there's enough room for me to put the hose, my electrical thing. I even can put some like that, the water pressure regulator and the filter in there, and it's all in one spot. And it just helps with organization. The price is not much money, and it really is a big convenience. So I urge you all to try that. And I think you'll be more than pleased with it. All right, looking at some comments. Larry's on Amazon Live. Let's see. Charles said he purchased his water filters this year already. If I purchase that Camco this year, will it be okay for next year? Yeah, it will be. Yes, it will. Michael, the screw ends are all the standard size. Just the fabric part of the hose attaching is 1/2 or 5/8. Thank you, Larry, or for that, or for Michael for noticing that. Let's see. Matt Fleury says a nifty little accessory for your hoses. I like that they're threaded hose caps. Once you drain out your hose, you use the caps to prevent further dripping. And over here on our social media challenges, we've got all sorts of stuff. And let's see. All right, nothing. People are kind of just talking among themselves, which is always good. I like that. So if you're just tuning us in, we are doing this on all of our social platforms, but primarily this is a Amazon live feed, and we would like you to watch us instead of YouTube or Facebook. Come on over to Amazon Live. There's the address on your screen, and when you're there, then you can interact with us, and you'll see at the bottom of the screen a carousel. And that's where you can find more information on all of the products that we're talking about. And you'll be able to then pick them up. All right, let's move on to a new product on the carousel. Highlighted for you is, I think, one of the most, we're winding down, I think. No, we've still got some more plumbing stuff to talk about. But right now we're going to move from the water system to the sewage system, getting rid of the wastes and all of that stuff. So we're going to talk about that. And I want to start with another must-have piece of equipment. And this is the Camco ready-to-use gate valve with the built-in clear adapter. This is very important, by the way, to have a clear adapter. So what is this? If you don't know what this is, this will save you more grief, more mess, more stink than anything else. Hands down, the most unpleasant part of the RV lifestyle is emptying the black tank, right? And the gray tank too. That's not necessarily fun. Now, all RVs, trailers, fifth wheels, most big motorhomes, and most of the Class Bs out there now have a gravity dump. And you know what that is? It's that big black sewer pipe that has a little cap on it. And then whenever you are ready to empty your tank, you open that tank. Even if you've got your empty valves closed on the RV, there's always something that comes out, drips on the ground. It's just not good. So this saves that kind of a mess. And what it is, there's a screw-on valve here that keeps it, but this clear part attaches to that black emptying spot. And then this is a gate valve. You close it, nothing is coming out of that sewer pipe in this thing. Don't know if I open it up, if you can see it, the camera's going to pick it up, but this kind of opens that gate up. I can't quite get the light to work, but it closes it, nothing is coming out. So hook this up to that black tank drain, to the black tank drain, the gray tank drain. And then there's a valve here, and it's hard to open when I'm talking. So, and this is where you attach your stinky slinky to, right here. And this has a nice bayonet style lock on it, so it's not going to come off. So this will attach to that black part, and you just leave it there all the time. So then when you want to empty your black tank and your gray tank, first you empty the black, right? You hook up you make sure that's closed. You hook up your stinky slinky or your sewer hose here. You remove this cap and then hook it up there. And this, of course, is attached to the main valve emptying part there in the black tank. And then when you've got that all hooked, then you open the black tank lever that drains the black tank. You'll see, because this is clear here, what's going through there. And you can monitor that very carefully to see until, and you see, you open the gate. Yeah, you see it like that. And then you see what's coming out. And then just leave that open. And then it's time to do your gray tank. So what I always do then is I leave the black draining for a while, but then I open the gray, and the gray will wash everything in the system that's left behind as a residue from the black tank. And that gray water will then run through there, and you'll see that running clear. And after that's running clear, then I will shut the black valve on the truck or on the RV. And then I will wait until that's completely empty, till I don't see anything coming out from this again. And then I will close this, and then I will unhook the sewer pipe, keep it up in the air so it will drain, and walk that over to the sewer dump station, the dump, the hole in the ground, and then I will carefully clean that all up and walk away with it, and I'll be all right. So get one of these. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Campgrounds, your neighbors, everybody will appreciate it, and you'll appreciate it. It's so much less mess. This stays on. Then of course you put this on after you've unhooked the hose, and this is what you use for travel. And again, it connects as a bayonet here. Really careful, the slid. I don't have the leverage here to take it off, so I have a little tool that makes it easier. But anyway, that comes off, it screws on really easy. And again, you keep it shut when you're traveling. And then when you're going to hook up, it's time to you're back at a new campsite. You just reverse that process. You bring your sewer thing up, take this cap off, put your sewer pipe in, put the other end in the hole in the ground, and then open the gate. And there'll always be a little residue that comes out. And then open the valves to drain the black and the gray tanks. Does that make sense? I hope so. You've all probably seen it. And let's see. Thank you, Geraldine Evanson and Matt Fleury, for starting to follow us here on Amazon Live. I appreciate that. And the more of you that, if you have not followed us, please do so, because we hope to do these on a regular basis every week or so. All right, we've talked about sewage, and we told you that gate valve. And here's the Amazon page on it, and it shows you why it's so important. And again, it's called a backup gate valve. And it's just that for leaky valves, this thing is so nice. And it's a universal fit. It fits on all of them. That clear adapter is great. This is for those 3-inch water fittings that we all have on our RVs. And I'm a big fan of having that. And it will make your dump and black and gray tank dump days much easier to manage. So that's now we're talking about sewer systems. Now let's see, that's a good idea. Understand how it works. Thank you, Michael O. Sometimes as you explain stuff and people haven't seen it, they may not know what it is. Gordon says it's not really related, but love all the awards behind Mike. Well, thank you, Gordon. Those are Emmy Awards from my TV days. And then right over my head on that board, those are all my press credentials. That's not all of them, but it's the ones I collected over my journalism career, from covering queens and popes and presidents and wars and all that stuff. And it's been fun. All right. So as a Facebook user says, I love it. The stuff I'm showing, no sexy stuff, but all good things to have. Well, these are kind of like the basics that like I said on the title of this live stream, this is must-have stuff that everybody has to have. And I really want to thank Camco for sending me all this stuff. It was hard. We were on the road, and so I got some of it on the road and was able to use it. And then when I got to our Michigan property, literally I had a pallet in my driveway with most of this stuff. And we had planned a great big live shot outside tonight with a campfire and all that. But unfortunately, we couldn't do that because it's been pouring rain. So I have this all in my studio. My studio is a mess. All right, next item I'm highlighting in the carousel, the Camco RhinoFlex sewer hose. I tell you, this is pretty exciting stuff, huh? All right, let me get this. This is a big box. This is something that I also, just because I don't like dirty sewer hoses, I replace this maybe every other year. I would do it every year, but it's a bit much. But this is the sewer hose kit, Camco's RhinoFlex sewer hose kit. And it comes in a nice box. This is the 20-foot version. But because these things kind of like work with like a slinky, that's what we call them, a stinky slinky. they compress down, so they're not, you can see how it's compact. This is really 20 feet when you pull it all the way out. And it's really nice. It's got a swivel elbow, swivel elbow, which is transparent. And then it has a 4-in-1 adapter here that goes, this is what goes into the drain in the ground. And what I like about this thing is Rhino makes a really quality thing. This is just really nice. It clicks in with really just a straight little twist on both the hose and then on the connector end. And it does a nice job. Rhino is kind of like the standard, the bayonet fittings. It's got storage caps, and always put a storage cap on it. You want to rinse these out after you get done using them, but I am a big fan of these things. This is, if you can be a fan of a sewer hose, maybe I should think of a better way to say it. This is the one I really like. How's that? That's pretty funny. So this is the Rhino Flex, and let me show you the Amazon page. And this is pretty good. And it shows you all the parts that it has. Right now, there is a price break on it. And that is, I think, well worth taking about, as you can see. And again, I think this is something that you should replace, every other year, maybe. Not that they get that much of a hassle. They don't have a real damage, but I just think that, it's a sewer hose. I'd rather have a clean sewer hose. All right, Deb, I have a clear adapter, but not the one with the gate. I wish I would have bought the one with the gate. Well, get one. Go back and get it, Deb. I mean, it makes your life so much easier. Have you ever had anybody pull the gate and ended up with black tank liquid run out before? No, I haven't. I can't. RVers don't do that. 12 years, and we're pretty, active. I've never even heard of that happening. Oh, she said some dude did it to hers, and now the clear adapter there will be no surprises. So the hose is 20 feet, as I said, if it's the one the sewer hose. But no, nobody has done that. That would be a nasty thing to do, wouldn't it? But if you've got it all hooked up to to your drain, you're okay. If they open it up, somebody opens it up. But what a mess. I love the comment, Gordon. You can't get more exciting than talking about sewage. Yep. You can't. Never thought that I would be spending all my time talking about sewage tonight, but nevertheless, that's important to have. Okay, so you saw that long thing, but it's called a gravity drain. That hose is on. Now I've had all sorts of different ones. You want to have some way to support that. Have a support kit for your sewer hose so that it's on an angle down, and it isn't. You don't want to have the hose have a low spot, and then it doesn't drain right because it'll all fill up in the low spot, and that kind of gets yucky. You want it to have a nice, clear, smooth drop down to the drain, and that is where. I had one. I used to have these that were they were little bridges, little plastic things that you kind of pulled out, and they all kind of rested in them like a little roller coaster track. But Camco makes a much better product, and it's next up. It is in the carousel. It is the Rhino Campers RV Sewer Hose Support Kit. And again, this is pretty big too. It's lightweight. But this is 5 sections, and each section is how big is each section? I don't know, a couple feet maybe. So it's about a 10-foot section, and this it'll go 15 feet. So 15 feet. That's pretty good. And what you do is you rest your sewer hose. There's a little trough there. See it? And it just is supported. There'll be no low spots. And it really makes this really nice on uneven ground, which is what you find in many campgrounds. Now you got to have some room to store this. So I'm thinking this is more for bigger motor homes, and trailers and fifth wheels than it would be like a camper van. But you can do it with a camper van too. But this is just really nice. Just run this from, over to from the drain to the RV, and it gives it a nice little trough to sit in, and it's solid, it's level. You won't have those low spots, and it works good. Now, this is an investment. This is a little bit more than just a hose, but nobody likes emptying your black tank and gray tank, right? So anything that you can do to make that neater and cleaner and easier makes a lot of sense to me. So yeah, I will spend $70 to have this. It wraps together. There's a nice little strap on it that you can see. It nests together. They're very easy to store. It sets up literally in just seconds. And the Rhino Flex hose that I showed you fits in it perfectly. This has 5 support sections. You just put them end to end. It's very durable. And you just are going to find that that's just a wise investment to have. So again, maybe you don't want to spend that much money, but do you want it to be easier? Then that's kind of what you have to do sometimes for it. All right. Geraldine Evanson says, you said my name right. Well, that's good. Deb, this message has been hidden. I don't know what that means. And somebody else want to know how long the hose was. Just again, for those of you who have just come to join us, I want to remind you that this is being simulcast on all of our different social media channels, but this is primarily an Amazon Live broadcast, and that's where we're coming to you tonight from. And it's we want you to think about Amazon Live. If you go over there and watch this on Amazon Live, you'll see beneath the video a little carousel, and I highlight each item that we're talking about as we're talking about it. And then you can click that item and you can look at more details with it. You can put it in a shopping cart, and then after the live stream or whenever you go back and say, oh yeah, there's the one that he talked about. That's the one I want. And you can get it there. It's just so much easier to have you all interact through the Amazon live stream. All right, let me see if I can, here it is. We're still talking sewer here. Sewer talk. I got to get out of the sewer. Okay. This is another cool product that is worth having. And this, so many times you go to an RV park and the sewer drain, it's just a mess. You know what I mean? I mean, there's no cap on it. Sometimes it's just a hole in the ground and it doesn't look very good. Sometimes it's broken. It's not very, very well maintained in even the best parks. I like to have this. This is a flexible adapter, and it will fit in any one of any of the sewer hoses. And then, of course, you can easily connect your regular hose to it, right? Like so. You can see that in the picture there. It just makes it very easy to attach and detach your sewer hose. You just push or twist this into the pipe, the sewer pipe, which is right there, and sometimes you're going to find, you're going to go to a campground, it's going to be a mess and yours isn't going to fit right, or it's going to be loose, or worse yet, when you're emptying it because there's nothing for it to attach to or be firmly mounted in that hole, it's going to come out and it spews that stuff all over the place. I don't have to get in this detail, do I? I hope not. Anyway, this again is something that you should just have and keep it with you and put it in whatever. I keep all my Stewie stuff in a big plastic bin with the top on it. And I have one of these. I put it right through there and it just keeps it. So it's just well worth having. There's the Amazon link for it. And you can see this isn't that much money, but it's something that will then always work for you. And you don't have to worry about having a mess. All right. Get your mind out of the sewer, Mike. I'm now going to out of the sewer. So you didn't think you'd spend Thursday night talking about sewers, did you? But these are all, part of the RV lifestyle. And these, again, this is why I call it must-have stuff. All right. Moving on to the carousel. Next up, and this is for those of you who have smaller RVs or small trailers or Class B camper vans. We just finished, by the way, reviewing 5 of them, and I wish I had had this with me there. Let me get the right one. This is the Camco Camco curved leveler. This would have been so much easier to do all this stuff outside, right? All right, let me just put this up while I kind of get this out of the box that it's in and show you how these things work. All right. So you can see this is a leveler and a wheel chock. And what they do is this will actually, these are up to 30,000 pounds. You can put these on a, I guess I'll let you watch. You can watch me emptying my box. Okay. Here's the chocks. And here's the levelers. All right. So here's how these things work. Bear with me. Okay. So you put this on the ground and you drive on it and you kind of just put your tire on it. It'll go up to, I think, 4 inches there. And you get it level. You might want to stop there, or there, or there, or whatever. And then you chock the wheel with this right like so. And you are good to go then. Oh, sorry, I had it wrong. There we go. You see this fits together really like so. And then the wheel is chocked and you've got your wheel up on a level platform. The box comes with 2 of them, with two curved levelers, so you can get it up, on off the ground 4 inches or so, and with the chocks, at the wheel chocks. These are heavy duty. They don't weigh a lot, but they'll hold up to 30,000 pounds. And if you go through the Amazon page here, and you can see a little bit more information. Here's a video that they have up that shows how they kind of work and what these things work. And I've been a big fan of these. See how you just drive up on them like so? All right, and then you get it up like that, and you just put the chock underneath that part. And right there, you just slides that through, and then it's not going to go. The rubber chock right there. So like so. Isn't that cool? And if you have 4 wheels, you got to get 4 of these. You can. This is for those of you who don't have an automatic leveling system, or if your leveling system breaks, this is a really nice thing to have. So easy to do. And I just think that you would find these very handy to have. The price is not that bad. They're on sale, so you can pick them up and get a pretty good thing. Again, if you're on our carousel, just go to the carousel and put it in your cart, your shopping cart. It doesn't mean you've locked in to buy it, but then you can come back and you can find it all. Ken Cooper says you're doing a good job, Mike. Well, thank you, Ken. I'm having trouble with all this stuff. I mean, there's just so much gear here, and trying to pull all of them together is a lot harder than I thought it would be. We're kind of trying to get this thing to work, but it goes now. All right, so that's one way to do it. This traditional way that if you don't want to get the curved ones, the curved ones are at a pretty good price. They're I think $33 or something right now. But if you want to get something else, take a look now. I'm going to highlight in the carousel. This is their fasten leveling block system. And these are interlocking blocks. I don't want to take the packaging off, but it's got a nice little handle, and then you just twist the handle down and it will hold it. So it's all in one spot. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these things. So you have plenty of these things, 10 blocks, and you can put 1 or 2 or 3 of them. And if you see here how they work on your tire, you can drive up on them and you can drive off them. You've seen these before. These are just these fit together a little better than any of the other ones I've had. I've had several different colors, blue and red, but I like this Fasten brand. It's called the Fast 10, FAS, capital TEN. It's 10 blocks, and they hook them up fast. And you can customize the height however much you need to come up and put on your space. There's no space here. All right, let's take a look at it on Amazon, and you can see how this all works. If you like it, just hit the add a cart thing there, and you can save it and then come back and take a look. But you all should have it. And you see this system here with this handle that does a really nice job of locking them all into place. And you should be more than happy with this thing because they do a really nice job. And again, there's just lots of different ways to go from there. All right, next up in the carousel, bringing this thing down. These are wheel chocks from Camco. And you should always have a couple of these. 4 of them is what I usually have. These are on sale also. These things will stabilize your center wheels and help any kind of tire movement. They're sized for larger vehicle trucks, but just put one. I put one in the front and one in the back of my tires so that, for example, when I unhook our 5th wheel, it's not going to roll forward and it's not going to roll back. And you should always chock your wheels on your RV. So these are really good. They're very reasonably priced. They nest together, easy to store. Everybody needs wheel chocks, right? And again, here's the Amazon link, and you can see what's involved there with picking that up. And again, it's on sale as well. Camco has some nice sales at the start of the season, and I think you'll find that it's a pretty good deal. Okay, so I've been talking about chocks and wheel blocks and all of that stuff, and I want to next highlight in the carousel another product that is closely related to it, and this is a larger item, and it is for. I showed you those curved things before. This is really nice to have. This is the Camco trailer aid, they call it. And what it does is this is a really nice job of lifting, and it's also a wheel chock. I showed you how those work before. And you put these in, and it keeps it really nice. It's very easy. What people will do with these is use this to change a flat tire. Now, this gives you up to, I think, 6 inches to raise it. So if you have a flat tire, like here, if this is a flat tire, you would drive up on this thing as high as you would go, and then you put the chock in there, and you get the tire way up, and then you can take that off and you can change it without having to jack up the entire trailer. This thing is really nice. Here, I'm going to go to the Camco page, and here's a video that kind of shows how this thing works. The curved trailer aid, and it just really is nice. You can change the tire. See how you drive up on it like so, and you put the chock in 6.5 inches. It says it raises. There you can change the tire, and you're good to go. And it does. You don't have to lift it all up. Very easy. And I think that this is really good. I had a flat tire earlier this year on one of the first. Actually, it was last year, and I used the levelers, the automatic hydraulic levelers. But that's really not the best way to do it. It's a lot of weight to put on. Instead of 4, putting on just basically 1 to get that wheel off the ground. This is really ideal, and this will handle up to 20,000 pounds. Trailers, 5th wheels, up to 20,000 pounds. I think it's pretty ingenious how this thing works, and I recommend them to all of you. All right. I'm getting tired. There's a lot of stuff here. Again, those of you watching on Amazon Live, please check us all out, because that's the best way to interact with us. And if you have just joined us and you don't know how to do so, and by the way, when you do get over to Amazon, please follow us while you're there. And that way you'll get a little notice, because I'm going to try and do these show and tell product reviews regularly. I don't want to promise every week, but as often as we can. And you can comment in the comments what you would like to have. For example, MJJ says curved chocks are super handy, easy peasy to use. Yes, they are. Fast 10, how much weight do they bear? I think 20,000 pounds is what I think they have, which is pretty good. And Ken Cooper says, I'm doing a good job. Well, thank you, Ken. Again, please, everybody, come over and watch this live stream from here. I know we're on all of our other social platforms, but if you get over to RV Lifestyle, the Amazon live feed, then you can follow us, and then you can interact and ask questions, and we'll pick them up. Chris Allen's there, and he says, great idea. And thank you, Chris. And then over in our socials, let's see. I'm kind of looking through. Looks like everybody's having a lot of conversations that are unrelated. Okay. And again, you can ask, put suggestions in there about different products you'd like us to review later on down the line. And we'll do our best to do all of that for you, to let you know what's up there and what's coming. All right, I'm going to take off the Amazon Live link, and we're going to move to a brand new item that is kind of cool and sexy. Instead of all these things that we've been talking about that are, sewers and water and all that, I got to go over here and get it. Let's see if I can find it. Put it on my other camera here and let you see where it is. Where is it? There it is. It's way over there. I got to go get it over there. So let me go over here, get rid of all this other stuff, and I'll bring you this. This is why I wanted to do this outside. This was going to be our main focal point. We were going to do a live stream at the picnic table out in front of our RV and our Michigan property, and I was going to show you this baby. This is the campfire, the big red campfire. Little handle there. Whoa, I don't want to take it out. Okay, so this is a propane campfire. You've seen these when you've camped, and I bet you want one. These are really nice. No smoke, none of that stuff. This is the lid on it, the big red lid. It's also a base for it. And there are some 10 logs. You do need to have your own propane source that works with the 20-gallon or 20-pound propane tank. So you want to have the propane tank with you. This is a really nice product. And the longer we've RV'd, the more trouble we have with campfires. I love campfires, but you go to bed and you got that campfire smell in your hair, on your clothes, and then you bring it into the RV and it's in the bed. And, it can be a mess. So these are really nice. They give you a really nice ambiance. You can sit around a fire. And I just am a big fan of these propane things. This is one of the nicer ones I've seen. It's the Camco it's actually the Camco Big Red Compact Outdoor Fire Tabletop Propane Heater Fire Pit Bowl Camping and Tailgating. And just go to their website and we'll show you on Amazon what it looks like. And oh my goodness, really heavy. It's a nice product. It's really, compared to other ones out there, it's very reasonably priced. You can see how nice it looks. And there is the fire, it fits there, and there's a little base, but what most people do is put the base on the red thing there, and it works out really well. They're just really nice. See how it looks like real fire? And you carry it just like so. Very easy to carry. And that's the Big Red. They got, it says Little Red here, but I guess they have different sizes. That's what it is. I have the big one. Mine's a little larger, and I don't know if they offer the big red link there, but you can check it out. But this one here is a little longer. I have the big red instead of the little red, but you can go to Amazon and you can find out whatever one that you like. But they're really nice to have. You do have to have your own propane tank with them. Back to the comments that people are making, and I that's what I wanted to have. I just had this shot all planned, nice fire in our chairs and all these products easily laid out, so I don't have to have them all underneath my foot and around them. But it's pouring rain here now, so it didn't really work out very well. And what are you going to do, huh? Okay, some comments from MJJ. The curved trailer aid for changing a tire on an Airstream would take the risk away of someone doing damage to the undercarriage by not putting the jack in the proper location. Yeah, that's why I just think that is a really nice feature. It really is. And I don't think I can say enough good things about them. It really does look good. So check it all out. And it's fun. I'm watching there's two different lines of conversation going. One on Amazon, which is kind of in real time to what I'm talking about. And then there's a whole nother one going on our Facebook where people are sharing links, and those are people who are not watching on Amazon. So they really aren't able to see this as well as I would hope they could. But if you come over to Amazon, I promise you can. You can. All right. I guess we had a little break from the sewer stuff, but let's go back and talk about these are basic little tiny products that we want to talk about. And the first one I'm going to talk about is, you ready for this? Let me go to the site and I'll have to go find them here. Disposable dump gloves. Talk about romantic. Now, you don't want to play around with all that sewer stuff that we talked about without having gloves on. And gloves are not very much money, but I like this. This is Camco's disposable sewer gloves. These, I think there's 100 of them in here. And what is really nice is there's a little package in there, and it sticks. I don't know if you can quite see it. It sticks on the inside of one of your cabinets, your outdoor cabinets. So I just stick it on there, and then when I have to go and grab some, I can just kind of pull the gloves right off, and they're disposable. It comes with its own case, the self case. You can pull out one glove at a time. This is latex free, one size fits all. So you use those to do all the dirty work with the sewer. And they're really nice to have. And it's so convenient when you put them, on with that little case that it has, and you can just put that inside the inside door of one of the storage compartments in the RV and get those. Then you can just throw them away. You don't have messy hands, which nobody likes to have. All right. I don't know how many. Okay, we're back to sewer again. And now we're going to go inside stuff. So this is kind of a subjective thing, and everybody has to kind of figure out what works the best for them. But I want to start with, if I can pick it up, with toilet treatment drop-ins from Camco. This is from TST, which is a really neat brand that they're reselling here. And these are improved. These are the Max TST Max, 2 times the odor stopping power, whatever that means. But these are very nice. And these are little tablets that you would open. I don't know if I can open. Oh, I don't want to have to rip it apart to take it. But they're little packets in there. Can you see what they look like? There they go. Now these are contained little packets. You just drop them in your toilet. Let me just tell you a little tip though. I don't just drop these in. Even though they dissolve, sometimes before they dissolve, they just kind of lay at the bottom of the black tank. I just take my little pocket knife and I cut them off and I empty all that stuff into the toilet. And then I just throw away the plastic myself and just put the granulated stuff. But it's pretty easy to do. and I urge you to pick these up. These are really nice. There's 30 treatments here. This is probably enough for half the season. If you are, I have these, and I think that you'll find that this is an orange scent. It's not overpowering, but 30 packets, it's enough for, unless you're a full timer, it's enough for half the season. And I always start the year with new deodorizers and all that stuff. Camco makes that, and that's in the link. And some people prefer like the drop-ins like that. And I didn't highlight that. There, it's highlighted now in the carousel below. And I'll put that down on the ground. I just had a terrible thought. What if I opened it up and it fell out and it spilled all over? But it didn't happen. That's the TST Max Camper toilet drop-ins. Now, some people prefer to have a liquid version of that. And if that's the case for you, we've got you covered with that as well. And we are going to take a look now at the TST Max liquid odor controller. The stuff is pretty nice. Oh, I got the wrong one up there. Let's see. We'll go back to it. There we go. There we go. Now I have it highlighted properly. And this is a liquid version. Again, it's the same power, but some people prefer just dropping a little bit of liquid in here. And there's a code here, and it tells you how much you should put in based on how much your black tank is. But these break down waste. They really stop odor. They say up to 7 days. I'm torn. Sometimes I like the solid. Sometimes I like the liquid. But it depends on what you are interested in. These are only 2 ounces is all you have to put in most cases. And you have about that citrus. This has 16 different treatments. Now, the big thing about controlling odor in your black tank, more importantly, even than this stuff, is water. Make sure you use enough water. And you should, when you're going to empty your black tank, if it's only a quarter full or half full, always put up to 3/4 of it. Get it filled at least that much before you dump. Water's your best friend. And when you do dump, put in about 2 or 3, about 2 gallons, a gallon to 2 gallons of fresh water in that black tank after you've dumped. So it's just, you got some fresh water in there. And then I use this stuff. And we do not have an odor problem. I use this, and I use the drop-ins, and I kind of go back and forth on them, whatever I feel. But you want to have enough of that. So that's for your black tank odor. More exciting stuff. So what about your gray tank? Well, we have a gray tank solution for you too. And this is also from TST. It's a great product. Your gray tank has a lot of odor problems as well. I don't know if y'all are aware of that, but the gray tanks stink too. And this is more of a lemony flavor, but it eliminates the odors of your gray tank. And what you want to do is put an ounce or 2 of this in the gray tank, and it will keep odor. This is 8 treatments. You don't have to do it every single time, but I put it in drains. I would put it in your sink traps, and I'd start the season with it. And then after 2 or 3 camping trips, I'd put a little bit more in, just maintaining it. And you'd be surprised at how much of a nicer experience it is. People have a odor from their gray tank, and it's a little different than the black tank odor, and they're not quite sure what it is. Sometimes they blame it on wood and fire and stuff, but just use this, every 3 or 4 times that you're out. And if you're going to store your RV for a long time, put a little of this in the trap. You don't need much, just an ounce or so will do it. So that is in the carousel on Amazon Live, and you can click that, and you can easily be hooked up with the details on that. Put that in your cart. All right, now we've got to talk a little bit about power, and I want to bring up three different things. They're all in the carousel, and you'll have to kind of go through it. Let's see, any quick comments? Nothing that I haven't missed. Thank you, Deborah Colpera, for starting to following us. If well, this is over an hour and 20 minutes already. No wonder my voice is going. 25 products, that's a lot. All right. So everybody should have dog bones. My dog Bo agrees with that. And Camco makes all the kinds that you need. You need a 30. If you have a camper van, you need an adapter that will go from a 50 amp plug, because sometimes you're in a camper van or a trailer that has 30 amp supply, but maybe the only spot you could get has a 50 amp power. Well, you can still use it even though you only have a 30 amp connecting for your trailer or your camper van. You need an adapter, this dog bone. This plugs into the 50 amp, and then you plug your 30 amp right in there. And it won't damage it. You only get 30 amps in, but you do need to have, because the 50 amp has that funky plug on the end, you do need to have that adapter. And it's the same thing for those of you who have a 50 amp and you're camping and say all you have is a 30 amp supply. Well, again, you can still run power to your unit. You just only have 30 amps instead of 50 amps, but you need an adapter. So this goes in the 30 amp part right there. Let's see, do I have the right one? I do, yes. So this goes in the 30 amp connector, and then this is where you plug in the 50 amps. So then you can run 50 amps. A 50 amp cord can take 30 amps in. Does that make sense? So you need that dog bone adapter. I have all of these, and then one more. There are times you're mooch stocking or you're at a friend or a family member's house. And that's where you will find that you need to tap into their power, but they've only got a 15 amp connection. And you've got a 30 amp or a 50 amp, because you could run adapter after adapter on this thing. Well, you still can run that 15 amps is better than nothing. So it'll run some stuff. It'll keep your refrigerator going. So this plugs into the household plug, the 50 amp plug, and then your 30 amp cord plugs in there. So every RVer should have 3 of those dog bones, because you don't know what you're going to encounter out there when you're camping. And that way you are always set and will be able to have power. So they're all in the carousel below, and you will find all of those there. And I did have one more item I thought I was going to show you. I guess not. I think we're done. I think we had like 26 items, 27 hours actually. And that was fun to do all of these, but man, it's a lot. So I'll be back. I'll do another one of these in a couple of weeks. I just don't know what the actual date will be on it, but we will definitely do another one. And I've got a bunch more products, and I'd love to hear from you as well. But please, this is my appeal. Follow us on Amazon Live, because I don't know whether I'll simulcast these as I did tonight on all of our different platforms, because it's awkward. And those of you who are watching on Facebook or YouTube or our RV lifestyle community, it's harder for you to interact with this. You don't have the benefit of that carousel to save the products. So that's why we've been telling everybody to come over here and watch us on Amazon Live. But we will promote it for everywhere. If it worked out for you and you're comfortable with social media, we'll simulcast them again like this. But we will try and do this almost every week. And then I'll try and always schedule these things on a Monday. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll schedule them by Monday and you'll see them. We'll put it in the newsletter when we're going to do our next one. So now I have to clean up. I don't know where I'm going to put all this stuff. Some of it goes in my RV and some of it I'll have to put in a box, and we'll probably show some of this stuff again. But just to recap, the top product that I can't speak highly enough about, it's actually a combination. I want to urge you to look at this. This goes way back, this Taste Pure filter. Also this water pressure regulator. That is so good. And then very affordable, but makes life so much easier. Your quick connect and disconnect for your water hose. if it makes life so easy. So pick up all of those things. And again, our advice, always get brass if you can. It's longer lasting, it's more rugged, it gives you a better water connection. All right. I'm tired. I am going to knock this off. I would love to get your comments, and I hope I wasn't too disorganized for you all. Please follow us on Amazon Live. And that's the last pitch I'll make for that. But I want to just thank everybody for being on there and helping. Thanks to all of those who commented tonight. Thanks to everybody who followed. Phyllis Cara was there as always. Thank you, Phyllis, for being a part of it all. And just thank you guys so much for watching. We'll probably be back next week towards probably we'll shoot always for Thursdays, but I'm not sure. All right. That's it for now. As Jennifer would say, happy trails.